Happy Friday and welcome back to
Imagine That News. I hope everyone is feeling extra secure today. As of recently, the leading opposition group in Zimbabwe is going through an identity crisis right now.
And no, this opposition group is not just dyeing its hair a bunch of times, but is instead being forced to go through a rebranding phase to prepare for the upcoming Zimbabwe elections in March.
The opposition movement is called MDC, or Movement for Democratic Change, which has a history of splits, reorganizations, and lots of other drama.
And this history has just caught up with them, as a small group that had splintered from this organization called MDCT has been stripping the main MDC's funding, headquarters, and political seats by going by the name MDC Alliance and just causing a real parent trap for Zimbabwe's political party.
Yes, the MDCT is planning on continuing using the name MDC Alliance, and even further is planning on using the name in the upcoming polls. It's no wonder Zimbabwe's political elites are looking down on voters recently.
The political elites have been denying representation of this pro-democracy group in parliament over this confusion, so the hope of the MDC is to quickly rebrand and rename to knock any confusion out of the way for voters. Let's just hope they can do it.
And in Yemen, things are escalating even further as the amount of bombs and airstrikes are concerningly increasing, and the effects on the citizens are devastating.
Who could have imagined it could get any worse? UN officers have also expressed concern and remind all parties of their obligations under international humanitarian law to protect their civilians.
What we need is to have, as we have been proposing from long ago, a ceasefire together with the opening of harbor and airports, and then the beginning of a serious dialogue. This escalation needs to stop.
Well, I don't know how hard I can keep crossing my fingers that these words are going to help the citizens of Yemen.
More boobs in Asia, but not of guns, of volcanoes. A volcano in the kingdom of Tonga that erupted on January 15th is still causing major troubles.
The eruption was audible more than 2,000 kilometers, and the explosion sent gas more than 20 kilometers into the sky, with debris falling 65 kilometers away. It was so big, it was considered a concern for a global group that monitors for atomic testing.
It gave them quite a scare, as monitors for nuclear explosions stated 53 detectors around the world heard the boom from the explosion. But to their relief, it was not a nuclear bomb.
Relief only for a second though, as the damage from this eruption is still unclear weeks after.
Breaking away from bombs and death, this just in, monkeys.
Monkeys?
Monkeys, lots of them, in Pennsylvania.
A truck carrying a little over 100 monkeys on its way to a local laboratory to be tested on crashed, and a handful of these primates escaped and fled into a nearby forest.
That's where the hunt begins. Search parties, dogs, and even thermal recognizing helicopters are out scouring for these scandalous monkeys.
Hey, all I'm saying is that if I found one, I'd keep my mouth shut. I ain't no snitch. It's better to be in a forest than be in a lab being tested on.
I don't know what I'd do if I saw one.
On to the interview section.
What would you do if you were on a Pennsylvania road and you saw a monkey escaping from a testing lab?
I'd grab it because when I was like 2 years ago, my dad got rid of my dog, just kind of gave it away. So I was like, I just need somebody to bond with. I'm really lonely. Hit me up, follow my Instagram.
What would you do if you saw a monkey escape from a lab testing area in Pennsylvania?
I would make the monkeys show me where all the other monkeys are, and then I'd get all the monkeys, and then I'd attack the government.
If you saw a monkey on the side of the road, what would you do?
Well, I'd first try to find a banana, because we know monkeys love bananas. Then I'd befriend him, and then we'd go on some adventures, solving crimes and stuff like that.
Silly little adventures?
Yeah, silly little adventures.
Wow, imagine that.
Tune in next week